What's up guys, I'm Fred with 1320 Video and welcome back to our 6th installment of 1320 Video's monthly wrap-up. In case this is your first time watching our monthly wrap-up videos, here's a recap of what we're going to go over today. Number 1, we're going to go over our favorite moments from the past month. Number 2, we're going to read some mean comments from our YouTube channel. Number 3, we're going to answer some questions you guys had for the crew. And last but not least, number 4, we're going to go over all the events we're going to be going to in October. Let's get started. First video we're going to talk about is an R35 powered R34 Gtr that Kyle happened to see when he was in Australia. It's an R34 Gtr, it's got a VR38 out of an R35 Gtr. It's got twin GTX 35 turbos, makes about 1300 wheel horsepower. It's got a sequential 6-speed. The goal for the car was essentially to break the internet and to be one of the baddest GTRs at Power Cruise, and I think it did both of those pretty damn well. Here's another Cletus's Garage video. These people keep letting them drive their cars. I have no idea why, but this one is a 350Z that we happen to find at Street Car Takeover in Bowling Green. It's a 350Z drift car. It's got a 5.3 liter LS with twin 62mm turbos, makes about 1100 horsepower, screaming bald eagles under the hood, if it had a hood. They let Cletus drive it for a little bit, and he did surprisingly well. And then the owner of the car took him out for a ride, and he looked kind of scared, but I guess I would be too. So the crew was out at Drag Week. I didn't get to go to Drag Week. One of my personal cars I was following the entire time they were there was our buddy J-Rod's Real Street Performance built Supra. It makes about 1500 horsepower. I know it's built to hell from Real Street, but driving that many miles and racing it that many different places takes a toll on every car. J-Rod Supra was no different. Jay from Real Street was driving it down the track. He did a 792 at 159, but right at the end of the track, Jay from Real Street was driving the car. He managed to do a 792 at 159 mile an hour, very impressive. But at the end of the track, something blew up under the hood, and it got a little squirrely on him. He threw the parachute, saved the car, popped the hood. There's a little bit of fire there, but the coolest part about the video is Jay is the most calm person you have ever seen with a car that's on fire. He's sitting there like, are you on fire? Yeah, you're on fire. Fuck, you're on fire. He's just like the calmest guy in the world, pops the hood. He apologizes for oiling down the track. He's just a cool cat, and the car's badass, and they actually did get it fixed, managed to complete Drag Week. We went up to COTS. There's an Evo that goes every year. It's got a Boost and Performance built 2-liter in it. It's been at COTS, I think, for the past 3 or 4 years, I think. It's been spring and fall. Still got an H pattern, makes over 1000 horsepower, and it's one of the craziest cars you'll ever see go down the strip at COT. They call it the DUI Evo because it's literally all over the place. He shifts and he's driving the shit out of this thing. If you didn't know any better, you would think it's his first time at a track, he didn't know what he was doing, and he was gonna put it in the wall. The best view of the car is right from behind it, and you can see it's literally it's using the entire lane and not hitting the wall. One of the craziest cars you will see go down the track at COTS. So the crew went down to St. Louis for Street Car Takeover. They happened to find a Procharged Ford GT. It is the only Procharged Ford GT in the world. It went to the dyno night. They put it on the dyno. It's got an F1A 94 Procharger on 30 pounds of boost. Put down 873 horsepower at the dyno night Friday, and then he took it to the track for some roll racing on Saturday. This guy drives the shit out of his car. I think he drove it like 7,200 miles in less than 2 weeks. Right before he came to Street Car Takeover. Then he had another 500 miles to drive home to Minnesota. We love this kind of guy. Working on it in between runs in the pits. He drove the shit out of the car. He didn't trailer it there, he drove it there. One of the goals with the car is he wants to go drive all the way from Minnesota down to Houston, run the mile and go 250, and then drive it home with no issues. These are the kind of car guys that we love. They have something that's crazy expensive, crazy rare, and they do not mind driving the shit out of it. Hope you guys like this car as much as we did. I really want to see this car in person, so hopefully it brings it out to some more events.
Hi guys, I'm Seth. I'm one of the video editors. I've seen me before on here. I'm gonna go ahead and read off some of these mean comments. Not the greatest this time. First comment I got for you guys. It's from Duke That. The only reason he beat the Civic is because the driver can't drive. Evos suck, and that's why nobody buys them. This is 100% true. Fun fact, I just looked that up. Between 03 and 06, they sold 22,000 Evos. I'm gonna say that people do buy them. This one's from The Heat. What is this shit? You need some real cars there, and again, no notice that you were coming to town. Yeah, let's just make a public post. I wish we had a place to do that. I wonder, someone should invent that. That'd really help. Daniel Nelson says, when are you going to show cars that actually have to take turns? I don't know, whenever NASCAR decides they want to pay us to do it? I don't think they really need our help though. I think they have a good thing going. Let's leave it at that. Harry Henderson says, you guys keep showing the same cars over again. Boring. Perhaps you should try one of the other 1100 videos on our channel. That would be not so boring. Colonel Agnes had a very dark and deeming post. Marriage is doing something with your life. Yeah, if you want to live in misery. The smiley face throws me off. Just reading that alone makes me feel like you live in a dark hole by yourself and you're really upset and that you're not a happy person in general. But you put a smiley face, so things must be looking up for you, I guess. Silk Satin Paradise says, if your shirt isn't tucked into your pants are tucked into your shirt. Motion Auto TV. I want to see Jacob's KAT 510.
It's awfully polite, but no one wants to see that.
Switching directions here. Normally, this section is reserved for mean comments, but every now and then one stands out that isn't so bad. Jesse Harris says, to all at 1320, thanks for all that you do. Keep it up. Thank you, Jesse. We appreciate that, and we plan on it. We love doing what we're doing, and we do it for you guys, because you guys made this possible. So I'm gonna throw this one back to Fred over here.
Every month, we ask you guys to send in your questions, whatever questions you guys have for the crew. We're gonna go over those questions right now and try to answer them the best I can. So here we go. How long have y'all had 1320? And what made y'all choose that as your name? Kyle started 1320 in 2003. So it's been going for about 13 years now. Why did we choose 1320 for the name? Well, we actually get this question more often than you think. 1320 means 1,320 feet and a quarter mile. Next up, who's Dale? What's Do It for Dale? Who's Dale? Well, Dale is Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator. So if you do it for Dale, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't know what Do It for Dale means, I apologize. I can refer you to Cletus on that one. He will get very upset that you don't know it, but I'm just gonna say Do It for Dale. Go out today, do it for Dale. I didn't answer the question, but okay. What's your favorite city to visit for events based on the local cars and local people? That can be any city at any given time. Now, of course, some crazy shit is in Texas. Now, there's some crazy shit out there, but there's crazy shit all over the place that we don't get to see sometimes. We'll go to a certain event, we'll see some crazy twin turbo Lamborghini. If we go to another event, we see a crazy thrown together pro mod or something like that. It really depends on the event and depends on who shows up. Anywhere in the country can be our favorite place to film, depending on who shows up. Next question, how old is everyone on the crew? Well, Kyle is retired and he has 2 Corvettes. So does he have AARP?
That was a given.
Yeah, he's got AARP. So Kyle is like up here, and then we're kind of like down here on the ages. I think we range from like 23 to 30s, something like that. We're not all too young or too old, but we like to have a good time. Can you give me the power of the beard? Grow it yourself. You get magical powers. Are you hiring? Not currently. We don't really go out of our way to like post up like listings or anything that we're hiring. We just kind of we don't really need to. It's all of our friends. We're just a big group of friends that do this. So if we need somebody to help out for the weekend or something like that, it's like, hey, we just hit up our friends and see if they want to go. We're not currently hiring. I'm sure we will let you guys know, and we will get probably hundreds of thousands of applicants, so we'll keep you posted on that one. Are you guys coming to Cali December 3rd? Yes, we are. If you guys are wondering what happens December 3rd, it's the Red List event in California. They've been hitting up Kyle forever to try to get him out there, so we're coming out. Kyle's gonna be out there. We have another event that weekend in Phoenix, but we're gonna have a crew out there. We will see you guys in California on December 3rd. Who's a better driver, Cletus or Kyle? I don't really know how to answer that. Since Kyle pays me, I'm gonna say Kyle for sure is the better driver. Cletus, pretty gifted with the art of hillbilly, I guess. So he can drive pretty much anything that has a gas brake, clutch. He could drive it. Kyle pays me, so I'm gonna say Kyle's way better. What's the best and worst part of your job? I don't really. I mean, lack of sleep sucks sometimes. Sometimes we'll go out street racing until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. We have to be at the track at 9. That kind of sucks, but when you think about it, our job is to do race car shit with our friends for a living. So even on bad days, it's still a pretty badass day. Like, oh no, we had to go street racing till 6 a.m. and then we had to come to the track and film some badass cars at the track. It's not a bad day. Like, we don't really have really bad days. Like, we do have stressful things, like, you know, we're going to a couple events here coming up, like back to back. We'll be on the road for almost 2 weeks, and I'm sure everybody's gonna just hate each other after those 2 weeks. It's not a bad day when you go to work and you're just hanging out with your friends and doing race car shit. So, do all of you guys live in the same house? No, we do not. We are over here a lot though, because this is kind of like where we're based. We just come over to Kyle's house and hang out. We're in Kyle's basement right now. This is a green screen behind me that Jacob probably makes it look like some cool cars going by or something like that right now. Green screen behind me, we're in Kyle's basement right now doing this, and we're over here all the time because this is kind of like where 1320 is based. So we don't live at the same house, but we pretty much see each other every day anyway. What's the fastest y'all have gone in a car? I think we've answered this before, but a few members of the crew have been lucky enough to get into like high horsepower GTRs, twin turbo Lamborghinis, probably 220, 225 in a car. I've been up there 220, 225, something like that. I know Kyle has. Matt got in a GTR that went really fucking fast too, so upwards of that. All right guys, for this segment, we're gonna go over all the events we're gonna be going to in October. September 30th to October 1st, we're gonna be in Atlanta for Street Car Takeover Atlanta. They're gonna have a dyno event at Vengeance Racing Friday night, and then all day racing at Atlanta Dragway on Saturday. If you guys have never been to a Street Car Takeover event, they have a class for literally everything you can think of. Even if you don't wanna race your car, come out to the event. It's a great event for everybody to come out to. You see everything from 11-second cars all the way up to frickin' pro mods sometimes show up. So if you guys want to come out to that event, it'll be a good time, I promise. October 4th through 9th, we are going to No Mercy. Huge radial car race. It's in Cecil, Georgia at South Georgia Motorsports Park. It's a 5-day event. It's one of the craziest radial races on the planet. Anybody who's anybody is going to be there. I know people from Wisconsin that are going to be there. Probably people from Canada. All people from around the globe are going to come to this event. Duck puts on an amazing event. We went to Lights Out in the spring, and that was crazy, and then No Mercy here coming up in the fall. This is gonna be huge. So if you guys wanna see some badass racing, we will see you guys October 4th through the 9th at South Georgia Motorsports Park. October 7th and 8th, we're gonna be in Bradenton, Florida at Bradenton Motorsports Park for FL2K. We're just gonna have a film crew there filming stuff, so no merchandise, but we will be there filming all the stuff that's going on, so if you guys have a car. October 14th through 16th, we're gonna be in Texas for the Texas Invitational. It's held at an airstripper in the Dallas area. It's a invite-only event, so it's gonna be nothing but the fastest roll racing cars in the world, quite literally. UGR is always there, Dallas Performance, AMS is gonna be there with their GTRs. You're gonna see literally upwards of 2,500 horsepower cars roll racing down this airstrip. They get over 200 miles an hour. I think last time they went up to 213, and it's just 1,400 feet that they have to get there. They get up to 60, and then once they hit their spot, they have 1,400 feet, I think, to get as fast as they can go and beat the other guy. This time, we're expecting the cars to be a lot faster. Stay tuned for coverage from Texas Invitational. It's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be some crazy stuff happening at this event. Literally, the fastest street cars in the world go to this event. October 21st and 22nd, we're gonna be in Noble, Oklahoma at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. Street Car Takeover is gonna team up with Warriors for Freedom Foundation. It's just like every other Street Car Takeover event. Very similar to all the other ones, but the only difference is it's a fundraiser for Warriors of Freedom. Friday night, they're doing an all-in, no prep at the track. And then Saturday, all-day racing at the track, their regular class stuff. And like I said before, they have a class for every car you can possibly think of. So they have a truck class, 11.0 index, all the way up to big tire, small tire cars. So it's a great event to take the family to. Like I said, it's a fundraiser for Warriors of Freedom. So if you guys want an event to go to, please come out to that event. Support Warriors of Freedom. We'll see you guys there. So at most of the events we go to, we have a big 40-foot merchandise trailer filled with all the goodies you could possibly think of. But if you can't make it out to an event that we're at, not to worry. We have a store on our website, 1320video.com, where you can buy all the merchandise that your heart desires, and we will ship it to you. It's getting colder now, so you can get hoodies, yoga pants, leggings, all of our t-shirts that we have, hats, stickers, anything you can think of. It's on our website. All of our merch is on there, and we will ship it to you as soon as possible. Well, that's gonna go ahead and do it for our monthly wrap-up. Be sure to stay updated on what we're doing by following us on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow Kenton's new fan page on Facebook. It's called Kenton with 1320 Video. Go look it up, like his page, follow his post. You're gonna wanna know what Kenton's doing, so make sure you follow that. With that being said, that's gonna go ahead and end our episode. We will see you guys next month. In case this is how now, brown cow. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Say what the old ford's made of. You can't find them, grind them, right? It's recording now.
It was just from.
I'm really glad we did that when you did that. Seth is fired for the day because I just talked about like the entire video. Well, like talked about 2 features and it wasn't recording. So Seth. You're fired.
Sorry.
You're fired. First video we're gonna talk about, fuck, did I say first video? That sounds right. I don't fucking care. Yeah, well, fuck it. Fuck it. It's a 350Z Drift car. It's a 350Z Fuck. I was surprised they were gonna try to attempt drag week with it because it's 15 horse, fuck. So, boom! I hope that Kenton thing makes the cut. Because we need
some more likes on that page. All right?